Okay, so this is the second time I started this live this live stream, and I think not to make excuses, but I think part of it has to do that I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. I didn't need to get up till 5, but I just couldn't sleep past 3, and now I'm like beginning to fall apart. So anyway, one of the reasons why I like to do live cooking segments is I like to show you that things can and do go wrong, and you can still work around them. So remember, if you watch the first two, I I forgot, or no, I added too much water, and I added some more flour to try to compensate for that because I didn't want it to be too loose. And I also opted, instead of making like using a bread pan and getting more of a like a like sliced bread that you can use for sandwiches. And the way that works is it sits in here and that holds its form there, and then when it rises, it gives you a nice little muffin top on top. I went for the old European style where you just make it into like a ball, and it rises and you get like a nice ball like that. Then you can slice it. It's not really good for bread, but it's good for what we're using for. So here's my dough, and it's risen, and you can see, yeah, it's a big blob. Now, if this was not okay, I could knead this again and then put it into the bread pan and and cook it that way. But I would have to have it rise again. So we're having this for soup tonight, and so I don't mind that it's a little kind of flat and wide and blobby like that because I'm just going to be cutting pieces off it to dip into my bread. So we're going to go ahead and cook it this way. So one of the things that I did earlier, let me take this out. I had to restart this because I forgot to preheat the oven. That takes about a half hour. So I took a pan and I filled it full of water, and I put it in there just to get some steam, some humidity inside, so the bread doesn't. I wonder if no, I don't want to mess with this too much because I don't want it to collapse. But I'd like to be a little tighter, maybe just a little bit. So I'm just working it. Don't want it to collapse. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, I think we can deal with that. Because I've had these before. Okay, that's what we're going to do. See what I'm saying? You can work with things. So, like, it wasn't perfect, but look at this. And maybe it'll rise a little bit more. Ooh, look at that big air bubble. I love air bubbles. I wouldn't pop that for the world. All right, we're going to put that in 350. Just wanted you to see what it looked like after it rose. That's not the best shape ever, but you know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to cook this for 35 minutes at 350 degrees. I'll come back one more time to show you what it looks like once it's done. And then I'm going to take it over to my girlfriend's house, and we're going to have it for dinner with her. She's making, if you didn't see the earlier videos, she's making a beef and vegetable stew, like a tomato base, and it's going to be fabulous. All right. Thank you very much.